What is up? Happy little Friday. Friday Eve. Is that the one that pisses him off?
I was getting ready to say, dude, I was getting excited. I thought it is Friday.
You know what? So did Bell.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a disappointment.
Sorry about that. Look, guys, I don't make up the days, all right? I'm here just like you are, okay? So just deal with it. Hey, are we going to war?
I don't know.
800 of them, huh? This feels like this could have been a text message is what I'm thinking.
Bringing all the...
But you guys screwed that up.
Can't they do it by Zoom?
Oh, I know. 800 of them.
Yeah, admirals and generals.
Wow. That's crazy. I wonder what it is. Because you're calling them all in, too. That's, who's watching this stuff? Oh, no. Some of our boats just floating around out there. So the 800 kids, I hope we're not going to, I thought he's the Department of War, though, so he's doing it, I mean, that's kind of what we do. So it's the whole kit and caboodle. I think maybe this is a show of force for the pooter, because the pooter is not, he's being the pooter. Yeah, I know. I saw Trump today say, you guys got to stop buying his oil. Yes. They'd all love to stop buying his oil. They would all love to stop all of that stuff. But they have to make sure that their people have all the stuff. When it comes to the winter in particular, as cold as it's going to get. Go look at the numbers. Europe loses so... We don't even realize how ridiculously great we have it here. I think we take it for granted. Man, you go look at the numbers of people who die from the heat and from the cold in Europe. Modern Europe, compared to us. And a vast majority of our people that die are the elderly who don't turn stuff on and really are in bad situations and homeless and stuff like that. So this will be really interesting to see. That's a lot of folks to call to one place. It's the Department of War now. But I have a feeling this is a show of force. I'm going to go with the show of force.
That's all I hope it is.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope we're not getting into anything here.
In Europe.
Yeah. Well,
extreme hot and cold temperatures cause roughly 407,000 deaths a year.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's insane.
Good grief.
Yeah. Now, if you take away their oil and you take away a lot of the energy they would need, man, it would be way worse than that. And I remember I went to play a game up in Leeds, and we stayed in this place, and it was the coldest I'd ever been indoors in my life. I couldn't sleep; it was so cold. They didn't have any central heating,
man,
and it was I had never been so cold in my life. And I think to myself, and I've got like 4 blankets on. It was the 90s. This wasn't the 1890s, but nothing has changed. The house is probably from the 1890s, and it's the same way. But to think about the amount of people they lose because of extreme heat, and their heat isn't like our heat. It's not Florida. It's not, it's not here. It's not Arizona. So... But they're going to continue to buy oil, and the other thing is people don't realize the workaround that all of these countries have. Iran sells it to somebody who we don't really care about, and then they go and buy it from so-and-so, and that's the way they all work around this thing. But for the Europeans, they got it tough because they've got pipelines, and he knows he can squeeze them. So this is good. But now that we got all these guys getting together, oh, man. I hope we're not going to any kind of war or skirmish, but I wonder if he's telling everybody, look, things could get spicy over there. You guys got to be prepared. Could get spicy, dude. That's not good, man. That is not good at all. What's happening, Bell? How you doing, brother?
Didn't Ukraine blow up one of his refineries?
Yeah. They blew up the pipeline, too. They've done a lot,
So the price of his oil has to have gone up pretty.
Yeah, it goes up. Yeah, I mean, and remember too, like China and them, they're getting some discounts anyways because he's
Fellow
got
commies.
Well, you're discounting it to them because you need them to buy, and you're you're controlling all of the profit and loss anyways. So you're not really worried about it at that point in time because it's just going right back into the coffers to build your war machine that is not very good at war. I mean, it's just not. When you're borrowing North Koreans to go die because you've run out of everybody else, that's not good. And I want to see, I mean, the fact that Trump told him, go on, fight it. Fight him, go on. We're going to give you all the stuff. Which he still doesn't have they don't have a chance. There's not enough of them left. If we would have given Ukraine all of the stuff early on, it would have probably been different. Doesn't mean because he still has enough men, and it still would have been ugly. And he might have gone uglier with maybe a tactical or something, but we didn't. Our goal was just to hopefully, I don't know what it was. I still don't know what the goal of all of this was for us, outside of us using our stuff to practice with. Because that's kind of what it feels like at times. But now it's getting serious. And he went over, what was it today? They were over Denmark today with drones.
Yeah, Denmark.
He wants to see if Trump's willing to do something. He wants to poke him and see. I'm like, come on.
He can't afford a two-front war, though.
No. Well, not only can he not afford it, he wants nothing to do with NATO. At the end of the day, if there was going to go nuclear, it's mutually assured destruction for all of Europe and for parts of our country, not all of it. But for him, devastation. There's nothing left. And any kind of conventional war, he's already seen what happens. And he knows China will cut him loose if it got that serious. They don't want any part of that. They only like him because he's a thorn in our side. That's a big reason. So we'll see. We'll see, man. Going to be interesting for sure. No doubt about that. A lot of stuff to get to today. Some wacky stuff. Yes, we were talking about the fastest car in the world, and somebody said can't be an EV. It is an EV. Why can't it be an EV?
I thought it was a Hyundai Elantra.
It was not.
Rats.
It is not. It's from the BYD company. That is China's version of Tesla. Except, to be honest, probably a little bit more modern and a lot more affordable. And their version is, what did I say was the Yang Wang? It's the Yang Wang U9. All right? And
can't have fun with that name.
Yeah, and by the way, because it's the Yang Wang, don't be calling and saying, that sounds racist. All right? I didn't make the name up. It's the Yang Wang.
Sexist.
Oh, it is. Yeah. The Yang Wang U9 with 308.4 miles an hour with no oil burned. None of that stuff.
Dang.
Just all electric.
I would love to see the battery meter from the start to the finish.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
How much did it burn, that battery?
That's a good question. That is isn't it? Have you been in an EV? You guys ever been?
Yeah.
When they take off, it is.
Oh, there's some giddy up there.
There's so much more giddy up than people realize. It is crazy how fast that thing goes. But I've not been in the Yang Wang. I'm interested. If you guys have never seen BYD, this is China's version of Tesla. And pretty much by all accounts, their stuff is better than most everybody else's EV, probably because they stole all of our technology. And but things like driving with driver assistance with nobody is so much more advanced than every place else. But their cars are so much cheaper too. That's the other thing. They've taken a vast majority of Tesla's market share away in China, like a huge chunk out of China. And now they got the fastest car, faster than the Bugatti.
The Bugatti.
What's a Bugatti cost? What do you guys think?
500
300.
Oh no, Bugatti. You're probably looking at $3.5 to $5 million.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Did you hear these guys? You guys laughing at this? Okay, here you go. Bugatti cars. The 2026 Tourbillon, $4.6 million. The Chiron, $3 to $4. The Divo is 5.8. So, and here's the Bugatti. You ready for this? It's a one-off. The Bugatti Le Voiture Noir, 12.5.
I wonder how many of those they sell a year.
3.
Well, how many? Yeah. I mean,
Not just joking.
no, it's like, well, it's first of all, it's a piece of art. And the other thing is you just can't go buy one. Like, so let's say you win. So let's say we won that big giant lottery and then you were super excited, but you were like, I'm going to put a racetrack underneath the ground that I'm living in because I'm a weirdo. And I want a Bugatti. You just can't walk in and buy one. They don't let you do that.
I would never waste money on
I know
a
you
car.
wouldn't. Good God. This is my problem with you, man. You can't have any fun. By the way, the maintenance on a Bugatti, let's take a look at that.
Oil change $10,000.
Oil change $25,000.
Oh,
new set of tires $38,000. If you want wheels, that's another $50,000. By the way, so your oil change, to do it, they have to disassemble the underbody completely. Tires, $38,000, should replace every 2 to 3 years or 2,500 miles. 100 miles, 2,500.
That's ridiculous.
And the wheels should be replaced every 10,000 miles. There are 16 drain plugs when it comes to the oil.
And the steering wheel and the seats need to be replaced every 100 miles?
Probably. Every time you get in it. So there you go. Guess what? The Ying Wang or whatever it's called probably doesn't need that.
How often do you have to change the oil? Does it say? Just like now, every 5,000 miles, 5 to 7.
You just drive from oil place. You can't even drive from oil place because you get. So there's only a few places that work on it. I was telling our sales guy Dave, the big guy downstairs, that I'm watching one of those reels, and this guy he buys a used Bugatti. It still costs him $1 million. It only has like 10,000 miles on it. The only place he could find that would do the oil for his was L.A., and it was at $20,000 just to ship it. And then the place that he was taking all his McLaren said, "Yeah, we could do it, but you have to." They had to bring in a mechanic to special, and they goes, "You have to get $1 million insurance because we're not going to cover it if something goes wrong." So that would have been 30 as well. So, yeah, so 100 to 150,000 a year. There you go. That's just the basics. But you're spending $4.6 million. You think you care about 150 grand?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
It's such a pain in the ass, though. It's like you have to go through so much just to get your oil changed. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So.
Just take it through a Jiffy Lube. See what they do with it.
Oh, you know what's funny? Nobody probably tell you. You probably take it to a Jiffy Lube. Oh yeah, it's totally fine. We can do that here. And the oil's some special oil too. It's like it's like some bizarre special oil. It's not regular oil. So it's made of silk.
It's probably not from mastodon remains. It's probably saber tooth.
That's right. Exactly.
And you can only find it in Kazakhstan.
Only find it in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. Down at the bottom of this hill, you have to go through diamonds to get to it.
And you risk your life by crossing tar pits.
Yes. There you go. There you go, kids. So if you want to know, fastest car in the world now is the Yin Yang or Yang Wang.
Interesting.
All right, coming up. Okay, Bugatti, somebody says, only makes 5 to 6 cars a year on specific orders. So, good.
Interesting.
God. That is crazy. They sell 1 car a year because they only make 1. Well, I don't think they have it's like one of those things like a Richard Mille watch or some of these things. You're making 1 or 2 a year and it's a specialty.
Where are they based? Italy?
Yeah. Italy. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Think they've ever given the Pope one?
Yeah, it's probably the little Bugatti. That's his Pope mobile.
It's a Pope mobile.
Coming up, we got some interesting stuff to get to as well. Talk a little bit about the economy. Some good news there. Do we trust it? Maybe we do. Also, we've got some immigration stuff, talk about ICE, just a bunch of crazy, wacky stories out there that are entertaining as well. And, of course, the big story, Pete Hegseth summoned hundreds of military officers, senior ones, to a mystery meeting today. Mystery meeting? What? Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Raycon, best earbuds around. Love my Raycons. Wear them all the time. The best sound quality, second to none. The fit, the feel, it is awesome. Knock it out to park. They've got tons of earbuds. They have the over-the-ear headphones that are bone conducting, which are great for some people out there who maybe don't want headphones and maybe they struggle. They just, I don't like something in my ear. These things are amazing. My wife, she has those. Absolutely incredible. Everything's 20% off site-wide. Perfect for the holidays. You can rock and roll, get yourself. You can knock everybody out right there with all the great gifts and all of this stuff. It's about half the price of all the other premium audio brands. And one of the things I love, besides the earbuds, which are incredible, is the fast chargers. Man, so fast. It's Bugatti kind of fast. You will love it. So grab yourself the best round in sound quality, from the everyday earbuds to the classic earbuds to everything in between, with our friends over at Raycon. Go to buyraycon.com/Chad. When you use that, you save 20%. Buyraycon.com/Chad. Wellness Institute in Nashville. Go to painifbad.com. Is your back hurt? Then call 615-246-5009. Your knee hurts? Then call 615-246-5009. The Big Daddy Trump special is going on now. $12. Comprehensive exam, x-rays if needed. They're going to explain diagnosis right there, and your first treatment, away you go. If you've struggled with everything for your back, your neck pain, your sciatica, slipped and bulging disc, you're tingling in your fingers and your hands, and it just drives you crazy, they've got you covered. Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Ashley, incredible. No surgery, no spinal injections, no painkillers. Start your pain-free life. Get it going right now and do it for $12 at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Comprehensive exam right there, x-rays if needed, and they're going to get everything rocking and rolling for you just for $12 right now. So Wellness Institute of Nashville. Go to painisbad.com or call 615-246-5009.
All right, drivers, we got stuff getting in the way. 65 southbound at Trinity Lane, there's a crash reported. Then in Smyrna, a crash blocking the right lane, 24 eastbound before Almaville Road. And Amazon is agreeing to a record-breaking settlement for allegedly tricking customers. We'll tell you about that at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Well, hold on a second. How was I tricked? I need to know. Is this one of those things where I'm going to get an Amazon gift card where I can only shop at Amazon?
Wouldn't that be something?
I'm still waiting to find out how much money I'm getting from Facebook.
Oh, that's right. I got, God, what was that?
Equifax?
Equifax. And they send me a card for $38, but it's like I can only shop at their garage sale. One time I remember going to Disneyland. They tried this for a couple of years, where you'd buy something like a churro. It would be like $5 for a churro, and you give them $20, and they give you back 15 Disney dollars. What the hell am I doing with the Disney dollar?
Paying them back.
Oh boy, you
just
can't
basically
go
them
anywhere.
giving
They
you
just
free
stole
stuff.
$20.
What if that is in the details that we don't know about yet? Amazon will pay back consumers with Amazon gift cards. Wouldn't that be something?
Yes, that'd be great.
How many pancakes can you boys eat? Did you hear about Cracker Barrel?
No, what's going on? Oh, they're giving away free pancakes?
Bringing back endless pancakes.
It's about time. Endless pancakes. Remember when, so I love when, like, the food things go bad. What was it? The bottomless shrimp at Red Lobster's like, we can't do this anymore.
Almost broke them. Well, it did break them.
And the same thing with the pasta at Olive Garden.
Endless pasta.
Yeah,
Endless pasta.
this is I'm sorry I really screwed up our company. Have a pancake.
Yeah. You want to see how many I'm going to eat? I'm not going to eat for 4 days. I'm going to go Karen Carpenter. They're going to show up. Right? And then I'm going to go Chris Farr. Like,
they're going to kick you out. You just have too many pancakes.
My uncle's a big boy. He's a nutritional overachiever. And wins this Korean buffet.
Yeah.
So he's a big boy. It's all you can eat. And they come out to him and they go, 2 hour.
They actually said that to him?
So awesome.
It's like a John Panette skit.
It was exactly like that.
So he was there for 2 hours?
They said, yeah, there's a limit, like 2 hours. Like, all you can eat for 2 hours. And my uncle, because we were going to be there 2 hours, I was like, I don't see that anywhere where it says that.
Special for you.
Oh, yeah. That was so great. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's devil's in the details. They're going to find out.
About that Amazon thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're going to give you like 5 free movies, but not the first run weekend movies. You're not getting the 1995. Right?
And there'll be commercials.
Yeah, you're getting the $5.99 movie that was out for 3 weeks, did okay, but yeah, you're not getting that. You're not getting no. Oh man, I'll tell you what. FBI Dallas ICE shooting had a high degree of pre-attack planning, they're saying. Oh, this is Cash Patel. No offense. I don't know. No offense, Cash. I know you're in Valhalla.
We got to wait to see if you have to rescind what you put out.
Yeah. So, Cracker Barrel pancakes are the worst, says 8908. Well, then you don't have to eat at Cracker Barrel. Oh, I love free pancakes like that. It's great.
I bet you, I think I could eat at least 10 pancakes in one sitting.
Yeah, I could. I think so. Pancakes are like hot dogs, right? It's like no other food would you think, I'm going to see if I can eat 10 of these.
Well, you slather enough butter and syrup on them. It's like at a certain point, it's just a delivery mechanism for the butter and syrup.
Well, then it helps it go down your throat, your gullet.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't say anything about butter and syrup, boys. Just says pancakes.
See, that's what they're doing. Yeah. Everybody's making fun of like the Jonathan Panette thing. You eat too much. You go home now. He was so funny. 2 hour. Oh, he loves to tell that story too. He has no shame. That's why I like him.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
No, he didn't care.
He's dead.
So, no, not Jonathan Panette, but my uncle. He'll tell the same story. He goes, man, they just totally yelled at me. I'm like, I know, it was great. I wish I was filming it. So we'll find out more about the FBI Dallas ICE shooting. A high degree of pre-planning, according to them. And by them, I mean the FBI. So we'll see. It's weird because his family said, we didn't even know he liked politics. We didn't know he liked anything.
What do you think about the word anti-ICE on one bullet?
It's kind of odd, right?
That's something I find that odd too.
Like if you were to stage something, this feels like one of those weird things. Just write something silly, anti-ICE.
Yeah, make it anti-ICE, and somebody wrote anti-ICE.
Because that's not like when we hear about all the people that are writing stuff, they're very the meme culture. They've got certain meanings where you know, oh, that's something.
Right.
That just seems stupid.
Anti-ICE.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
doesn't make
leaves
sense.
me with a lot of questions.
Yeah. And Cash Patel's on it, so don't worry. He's in Valhalla, where all the Hindus go.
Naturally.
Oh, goodness me. All right, coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about this. We'll do some recon to find out exactly what they've got on this ICE shooting, high degree of pre-planning attack after yesterday's shooting. Among other things we'll talk about. We've got some fun stories as well, including, speaking of the nutritionally challenged or overachievers, I've got some audio for you guys. Jeff Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
$12:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories and the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Amazon agreeing to a record-breaking $2.5 billion settlement with the Federal Trade Commission over allegations it misled customers into signing up for its Prime subscription service and made it difficult to cancel. Of that amount, $1.5 billion goes to affected customers. The remaining $1 billion is a civil penalty. Despite the payout, Amazon has admitted no wrongdoing. President Trump meeting with the Turkish president today at the White House, urging Recep Erdogan to stop buying Russian energy.
He does an amazing job in his country. And we've had tremendous relationships, both having to do with war and having to do with trade. And I guess today we're talking about both. I'd like to have him stop buying any oil from Russia while Russia continues this rampage against Ukraine.
Yeah, during the media pool today, when asked about the war in Ukraine, President Trump said Putin ought to stop. Trump in recent days shifting position on Ukraine, saying Ukraine would not have to give up any territory to achieve a peace deal with Russia. Ford is recalling thousands of SUVs over a risk of the engine catching fire. Here's ABC's Alex Stone.
Ford is recalling over 4,600 models of certain 2020 Expedition and Lincoln Navigator vehicles that were built between November and December of 2020 because a short circuit in the junction box could lead to an engine fire while driving or while parked, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Some customers reported a burning smell and smoke from the passenger engine compartment while driving before a fire broke out. Ford dealers can inspect and replace the junction box if needed. Owners are advised to park their vehicles outside away from buildings. Alex Stone, EBC News.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
The USS, United Structural Systems, is there when you need them, especially when you don't know what you actually need. Maybe you got cracks, right? And stuff's gotten below and you haven't seen it, but you think, it's just great to have an inspection. They're going to do it for free, right? They're not going to sell you anything you don't need. And we're talking about if you've got serious worries about the potential for wood rot, mold, maybe getting to the point where if stuff goes sideways, you're going to have some serious structural repair. Guess what? They're there for you. They have experience in basement, crawl space, waterproofing, basement, wall stabilization, foundation repair, you name it, they can do it. And again, inspection, absolutely free, 30 years in business, and 30,000 happy customers. Call them today, 615-488-9300, 615-488-7855, 615-488-7855, or check out everything they do online and go look at all their reviews. They're amazing. USSTN.com.
For many of us, generators are becoming a must-have household appliance. From unpredictable weather to surprise outages, it's better to be safe than sorry. Generator Supercenter of Nashville offers fast and easy installations with 24/7 service and monitoring to all brands of generators and expert repairs done right. Our mission is to make owning a backup generator simple and easy. Visit your local store today or check us out online. Generator Supercenter of Nashville. We serve all Middle Tennessee.
dun, dun. Hegseth summons hundreds of senior military officers to the mystery meeting. Won't say what meeting next Tuesday is for, but it's good that we know it's next Tuesday, and they'll probably tell us where it's at, so that way everybody in the world can know where all of our military is, or their heads.
Better not let Lieutenant Aldo Rain know.
Oh, I was watching some of that the other day. Stiglitz.
Nazis.
Yeah. We like the way you kill Nazis.
Brad Pitt is a great actor, man.
You know what? There's a person who is so good at acting. The problem is he's so pretty that nobody can give. You can't be both. Okay? You can be Daniel Day-Lewis or Brad Pitt. You don't get to be both.
That's right.
Nobody's ever said that about Daniel Day-Lewis.
No, they haven't. We're killing Nazis.
Killing Nazis. And I want my scalps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude.
He was great. Oh, gosh, that was and Christopher Waltz. That's a bingo. He was so awesome.
He's good in anything he does, man.
He is. That guy's one of the best actors, and he was so good in that.
Oh, yes.
He was just so brilliant in that movie. And Brad Pitt was brilliant, and the whole cast was awesome. But, oh, God, he was so just – same thing when he was in Django.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just another brilliant movie. Another brilliant movie. So, by the way, the Yang Wang, hold on.
Yeah. The Yang Wang?
U9, it's a U9 Extreme. I'm sorry. So if you go by the other one, it only goes like $260. It's $250,000. So 5.9, $250,000. You got to weigh it up, guys.
Wow.
You got to weigh it up.
Tesla doesn't have anything that expensive, do they?
I don't think they do. Probably. No, I don't think so. I think they got them like the $150 range. I don't know if they have, unless they have probably a one-off or something like that. But no, I don't think so. And they don't have anything that goes 308 miles an hour.
Yeah, but how often are you going to actually need that kind
Never.
of speed?
You're never going to need that. And you're in China where everybody's in traffic.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah, you're never going to need that. You're never going to need that. You think, you know what's, so the whole Comey thing, people were asking me yesterday, what do you think about this? I said, I'll tell you what I think. First of all, I don't care. I think they're a bit of an overreach here. Not that I think Comey's anything but, Democrats don't like him. I don't think his family likes him. But
how are they going to prove he lied?
That's the big thing. That you're not, because the thing is, if you think something's true, right? So you think it to be true, because even if it's not, but you believe it is, it's hard to prove. And I feel bad because this lady's been put in a position in the district court in Virginia where they fired that other guy who Trump appointed, where she's going to have to go ahead and do this. The first thing she did when she got in, they handed her the thing and it said, do not prosecute.
Basically, they said we don't have the evidence.
Yeah. So the inspector general said the same thing. You're not going to. And here's the thing. People don't realize the feds only charge you if they know they're going to win. So their record when they indict, 99.3%. Only 2% ever make it to court. So if they're that's why, and look, could they charge more and maybe not have a good record, but get actual people? Because they also overcharge. That's one of their big things. They hit you with, you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life unless you plead out and take a lesser charge. And so we can say we got to win.
And then you're available for parole in 35 years.
Yeah. So that's how, but I don't think that, you said it right, Ken. How are you going to prove that? Because it's all about, because even when you listen to him and Ted Cruz, because that's what it's kind of based on, going back and forth, that's a hard thing to prove. Because it's about Andrew McCabe and what did you know? Who did this? I don't know.
It's just a tit for tat, man. Trump's, he's, I mean, it's the same thing the Democrats did with Russia.
Yes.
They never had any hard proof. And I think Trump is full on willing just to put Comey through this at the expense of this new attorney.
Yeah. Who's hot, by the way. I think Trump he would surround himself with like fembot ninjas to protect him. Kind of. I mean, who was it? It was, remember Gaddafi had that?
Yeah.
Gaddafi had just a whole bunch of beautiful women.
That was what in Sacha Baron Cohen in The Dictator. That was where he got the idea for all of the female bodyguards.
Yeah. Yeah. That is so crazy. But everybody's like, why are you being negative, Trump? I'm not. I'm being honest. Because here's the thing. If you go and you charge a bunch of people and then you don't get anything, what ends up happening is you look like you made a hot mess. And you're also putting this lady in a tough position. She was a real estate attorney. I mean, you and all of us can agree Comey is a tool.
Sure. Absolutely.
I mean, he was an absolute tool across the board. But if you're not going to get it and you put somebody in a bad position and then you do look like you're really weaponizing stuff, which is hard. If you knew nothing about what happened before with Trump or anything else and you showed up here and you had a blank slate and you saw what was going on, you go, well, I feel like these guys are weaponizing this. Not knowing what happened before with Trump and everything, because like both sides like to weaponize stuff now when they get the opportunity. But you measure twice, you cut once. But if somebody says it can't be done, and then another person says it, and a whole bunch of other people, and then you have this lady comes up, because what happens if she goes, she charges, the judge could even throw it out. Then what? That's why, go where you know you're going to get the win, especially on this. Especially on this kind of thing. Hope Hicks. Yeah, I've got a lot of that too. Fembot, Austin Powers as well.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Oh, baby. Yeah, baby. That was that was so fun. That was a great movie. That was a great movie. I mean, it's no Inglourious Bastards.
No.
Which is just, again, several people have chimed in on that movie. What a brilliant, that movie was so incredible. That was, what's funny to talk about stupid? You want to talk about stupid? I went and saw it in the theaters. There were people behind me were shuffling out. God's my witness, guy says. I didn't know World War II ended that way. I didn't know what to say. I was like, this is.
I've just gone, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally. We got him inside of a theater. That's the way it worked. If you guys haven't seen it,
That's how it happened.
That's it. It wasn't on fire for gasoline with his dead wife on their honeymoon. So people are crazy. So again, I'm not being crappy to Trump on this. It's not about that. It's about you got a great GDP report today. They revised it. That's great. It feels like you got some stuff going. Now, you do have some issues around the globe. Welcome to the world that we all live in. But you want to keep moving forward. And you don't want to give them anything more. And you don't want to take away from a lot of the stuff you're doing. And just like I was talking about with Israel, sometimes you got to be able to tell people, maybe this isn't the one. Maybe there's something else. Because he wants Letitia James. That's the next one. And I don't know.
He wants her bad.
Yeah, he does. He wants her bad. Like bad. Like bad. I don't think...
she could be 100% guilty and he's still going after her for personal reasons.
Oh, yes. Well, you know what? She went after him for personal reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
She did, man.
There's a few of them that they... Was it Bragg? They ran their campaign ads
right
for their state and their state races on getting Donald Trump. That's insane. That is insane. So yeah, that was a weaponization of it. And I think they're going after her for mortgage fraud. Seems like everybody does mortgage fraud,
which is sort of what she was going after him for, wasn't it?
Yeah, but her thing was, and here's the thing, too. This has got to be careful because Besant also has the same issue with you you have two houses. You say one of them is going to be your main, and what ends up happening is they give you a better rate on that one or whatever. So that's kind of what they said. And for her, she has come out and they fixed it not too long afterwards because she said, no, I didn't get that, even though after she had got the loan. So could they get her? It's damn possible. Again, anything's possible. They can indict a ham sandwich.
And they usually do.
And they usually do. And they usually do. And you want, I mean, I think most of you guys agree, you want Trump to be successful, but you also don't want him to have egg on his face. You don't want him to be so blinded by, I want to get these people, because he does, I get it, but you don't want it to take away from what you're supposed to be doing.
From the important stuff.
Exactly. Because, if the economy's rolling good, you've fixed at least the border, the immigration battle's still going on. That's not going to change anytime soon. You want to make sure that you have that forward momentum. And like for somebody like Comey, that one feels like a reach. Letitia James, I think you may have a better shot at. But for some, he's writing in there. They're all guilty. They're all, when it's truthing out, they're all guilty. These are great things. You're going to love these people that I'm sending you, Pam. And Pam knows it too. You're putting this poor lady, this new lady, in a bad situation. She's a real estate attorney. I mean, she's hot, but she's a real estate attorney.
Well, from what I understand, the statute of limitations for what he wants to get Comey for is about to run out.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
It'll be 5 years on Tuesday. So they have to indict or else. It's too late. And this is the bar that is set for this one, lying to Congress, is so high because, again, it's a he said, and it's also a knowing thing. Did I know that what I was saying was not true because other people gave you information? Well, the information I had was this.
That's what he's going to fall back on,
Yeah.
if it even gets to
If it even gets. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. Or if it does, they file charges and the judge may toss it out. So we'll see. We shall see. Other stuff to get to today, some fun stuff, some wacky stuff. I got crazy audio. You guys are going to love it. Crazy, crazy, crazy audio about the place we're going to go. What is it? I got to look it up. FatCon. But what Ozempic is doing to people.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, it's very interesting. This lady is very upset about it. Very upset. We'll talk about that. Bunch of other goodies on the way as well. We got some serious stories. We're going to talk a little bit about Gaza next hour, what's happening there, because it's getting uglier, and Israel's no longer pretending that they're there just to get Hamas. They're already eyeing the West Bank already, and the expansion's getting there. And with the Syrian president, which was the weirdest thing ever. If you guys didn't see the Syrian president the other day, we'll talk a bit about that as well. Check us out across all of our social media. Like and subscribe. It is Chad Benz Show, Super Talk 997. All right, guys, let's talk about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is awesome, right? You play two or more players, play up to 6, you win 2,000 times your money. And the way you play it is it's more or less, and you set a lineup. So a lineup would be 2. They're giving you one already. It's a max discount. So when you go download the Prize Picks app today and use my code Chad, you're going to get $50 immediately when you play your first $5 lineup. So a lineup might look like this. The max discount this week is Jalen Hurts. Pretty good, from what I understand. Fly Eagles slide. Do you think he's going to get more than a half a yard passing? Well, there's one of your lineup set. Then you pick more or less on somebody else. Maybe it's passing yards, maybe it's receptions, whatever it is. You go from there. Simple and easy. You can win. Now is your chance. Go download the app. Use my code Chad. Prize Picks, code Chad. When you do, $50 immediately in your account when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be 21 in Tennessee. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-889-9789.
All right, drivers, looks like we have a crash off on the left shoulder, 65 southbound at 24 north. Then in Smyrna, a crash on the right shoulder, 24 eastbound before Almaville Road. Federal Trade Commission says it's a record penalty that Amazon has agreed to pay, but says it didn't do anything wrong. Details at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
So I'm still waiting to hear what everybody's getting. And how do we qualify for this? Are we going to get an email that says we have to fill out this thing that says we can never sue them in the future over anything ever in the history of ever again?
Don't know, man.
Got to read that fine print. Do you remember when that lady in Florida, she ate she went to that restaurant in like one of the Disney resorts and she ate something. And they kept asking over and over again, is there nuts in this? Is there nuts in this? And she ended up dying. And she was a doctor. Her husband was a doctor. They couldn't save her. And this place was supposed to be a place where it's allergic free. There was supposed to be no peanuts anywhere in the place. And they told her she couldn't sue because when they re-upped their Disney subscription, they had signed
Disney
off,
Plus.
and that included the parks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Got to read that fine print, man.
Read that fine print, kids. That's what we're telling you. So when Amazon says, hey, here's a $100 gift card, watch out.
Something interesting. All of a sudden, like upstairs, we've had to re-log in to our Primes, our Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Is there anything more annoying than the little thing with your...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that just happens from time to time, but I'm thinking, why? I don't have to downstairs, and I watch TV upstairs almost as much as I do downstairs.
That is odd. That's very odd. It's probably the Chinese.
It's that fine print, dude.
It is.
They're adding things in.
That's what they did. And they did nothing wrong. Again, this is beautiful. Hey, we didn't do anything wrong, but here's $12 billion.
But we will pay the $2.5 billion.
Or whatever it is.
Because really, in the grand scheme of things, that's like going to the soda machine and buying a Coke.
Oh, for them?
Yeah.
Again, we don't know what it is because they may be giving you money where you can only shop where they have stuff. So what happens then? I don't even know. I can't wait to get my $38 from Equifax. What do you think? Bell, how big was the settlement? It goes up to what, $250 per?
No, it depends on how long you had Facebook for. And there are supposed to be some people that'll get get thousands, but then
Really?
The article basically said that the average settlement would end up being like $30.
And what was it for?
Because of Facebook misusing your data.
Okay.
Mine will be 37 cents.
Oh, I've got a couple of those. Those are great. But yeah, the Equifax one, I had to go through all the stuff. You had to go fill this thing out. I'm like, this better be good. I mean, all of my data, all of my information, all of my Social Security and everything all got out there. And for that, hours of work and $38. Thank you. You're welcome.
Meanwhile, you're still getting calls from every witch doctor west of the Mississippi.
Exactly. All right, coming up, hour number 2 of the program. A lot of stuff going on. Pete Hegseth having a super sneaky meeting on Tuesday with all of the bigwigs in the military. 800 plus of them. What is it about? Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Full forecast in 5 minutes. Federal Trade Commission says it's a record penalty to be paid by the nation's leading online retailer, Amazon. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy reports.
If approved by a federal judge, the settlement would have Amazon paying a $1 billion civil penalty to the government and giving $1.5 billion back to millions of customers who are enrolled in Amazon Prime without their consent. The The Federal Trade Commission says Amazon created a confusing and deceptive interface to sign customers up for Prime and then made it complex for those who sought to cancel. The FTC says automatic refunds would amount to $51 for customers who used fewer than 3 Prime benefits per year.
President Trump meeting with the Turkish president today at the White House says they got to stop buying oil from Russia.
The best thing he could do is not buy oil and gas from Russia. If he did that, that would be probably the best thing. He knows Putin like I know Putin.
This as the president has seemed to shift his position on the war in Ukraine, saying Ukraine would not have to give up any territory to achieve a peace deal with Russia as long as the EU and NATO helped out. California Governor Gavin Newsom says Democrats are failing to connect with young men in the same way that is Charlie Kirk did for Republicans. ABC's Alex Stone reports from California.
On stage at the Clinton Global Initiative Conference in New York, California Governor Gavin Newsom said Democrats have lost a critical voting bloc that once helped elect Clinton in the 1990s. Newsom saying it's hard for members of his own party to admit Democrats are avoiding the issue of the crisis of men and boys in the form of suicide rates and dropout rates.
Charlie Kirk's ability, what he was able to achieve in terms of organizing the campuses, he was able to produce and organize around that in a deeply meaningful way. And the Democratic Party was nowhere to be found on the issue.
Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
A week after the Federal Reserve voted to lower its benchmark borrowing rate, a pair of new statistical reports points to some improvement in the economy. The Commerce Department says gross domestic product posted a gain of 3.8% in the second quarter. The Bureau of Economic Analysis attributed that 0.5% raise to stronger consumer spending. Meanwhile, orders for durable goods items like computers and appliances rose last month by nearly 3% compared to July. New home sales surging last month. ABC News chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis.
Analysts are curious really to see what happens this month with mortgage rates getting cheaper. The average 30-year fixed rate mortgage this morning is a little above 6.3%, but they caution that as mortgage rates get cheaper, home builders are likely to offer fewer incentives.
Analysts think the jump in sales may be due to home builders offering incentives to try and get houses off the market, but they warn if interest rates come down, some of those incentives, as you just heard, may go away. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
So, you guys ready to be shocked? New Quinnipiac poll. 79% of American voters believe the U.S. is in a state of political crisis. 71% of Americans believe political violence is a very serious problem. That's up from 54% who felt that way in June. And 53% of voters say they're pessimistic about free speech in the U.S. That's not good. That is not good. That is not a good place for us to be as Americans. We've got some issues here in this country. 39% of respondents say they approve of how President Trump is handling the economy. 85% of Republicans, only 5% of Democrats. But when it came to the violence and the insane way that we are talking to each other, both sides agree. It's funny, they both agree that it's bad, but most of them only agree that the other side doesn't, if that makes sense. And the left, you guys are so blinded. You know, Chris and I were talking about before he left. They've got this weird moral high ground that they think that their hate somehow, because they feel it's justified because you are a Nazi. And so it's justified to call you that. You're a fascist. I could call you that. It's justified to call you a fascist. No, it's not. Because you're not a fascist. You know how I know? Because if you really thought Trump was a fascist and he was a real fascist, you wouldn't say that. That would be, no. Zip it. That would be absolute zip it on that. And it just, I mean, when you look at these numbers, it's scary. It is. Even one in, and this is the crazy thing. So 3 out of 4 think on the Democrats think democracy is crumbling. But what's scary is 1 out of 4 Republicans think that too. So that's not like it was some bizarre, like only 2%. There's still a decent amount that feel that we've got struggles here. And we've got to figure this thing out. We got to have more conversations. We got to start, connecting. You heard Gavin Newsom there talking about, Charlie. He goes this. Where were the Democrats? They were nowhere to be found.
No, they were there. They were screaming at him and calling him a Nazi.
Yeah, they were. Some of them, but this is why you spent, was it $30 million to do a big, giant, huge? We're going to put together this big report on how we talk to men. That was $30 million. You could have took us out to lunch, gave us each a couple grand. We'd have shown you how to do it, how to talk to men. It's not that hard. The problem is for the Democrats, no matter what you're told, you're going to take the wrong path. No matter what you're offered. And they say, look, here's the deal. You got to stop talking about dudes playing in girls' sports. It's such a minute, it's so tiny. Was there like 8 people in Division I? But yet you guys buy into it, and then you allow those 8 people to dictate a vast majority of what goes on politically for you guys, and you fail. You've got to stop with, crime, while it's gone up a little bit, it's only because people are hungry. They're robbing a jewelry store. They're not eating the diamonds. They're not. Somebody give me a watch. I'm starving. Anybody know the time? Dinner time. All right? You've got to stop with that. It shouldn't be this hard. But it doesn't matter. You could give them the roadmap to the treasure that is the midterms and the presidency, and somewhere along the line, they'll sink the boat, even though they're in a car. Because they allow too many people to have too many voices, and they have no clear-cut leader.
But never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake.
Yes. Never. Never, ever, ever. And they make so many mistakes. I've laughed because I've got several friends, and this politics is what they do for a living. They work on both sides of the aisle, and they put together campaigns, and they've asked me, hey, can you give us, what do you think about this? And I'll say, dude, does it matter what I tell you? Because even you go telling me, look at Rahm Emanuel. What did he say? We got to stop talking about the bathroom and start talking about the what's going on in the classroom. And he got hammered for that. Keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. You're going to keep getting what you're getting. And they have no leader, too. That's the other thing. They have zero leadership. And you're not going to... Chuck Schumer's not a leader.
Well, now, he was pretty scary when he said we may not have enough Tostitos for our Super Bowl dips.
Oh, that's right. Was it Tostitos or was it avocados?
Yeah, avocados.
Even if we would have had that was when we were going to go after Mexico and the tariffs. It would have still been like a month before that would have took place. But he was telling everybody a week before, well, we're not going to have the Super Bowl because we don't have avocados.
I did see a report online last night that he's starting to lose. It's becoming apparent in this. They said in the report that it was apparent that his caucus in the Senate is starting to basically abandon him.
Yeah.
That they're tired of him.
Because he's 90 years old?
Yeah, because he is. And everybody's talking about AOC. Could she be president? Could she be president? That's not going to happen. You know what she is going to do? She's going to run for Senate, and she's going to win that seat.
That seems more likely.
She is. And... part of the problem, too, is Mondani and AOC and them, they're under 100. They have their own teeth, what they were born with, right? Their hips work just fine. I mean, they don't need a walker or anything like that. That is their other part. I mean, it's like Hakeem Jeffries. That dude's not your leader either.
No.
He isn't your leader.
People want to try to, compare him to Obama.
No.
He is nowhere near.
No. Obama was smooth as butter.
Yep.
That guy knew how to play politics.
Yep.
That guy knew all the ins and outs, and he was kind of cool personified. Like, what's going on? Hakeem Jeffries is anything but. You have no leader.
He's a political klutz.
That's exactly what he is. He is a political klutz. It's a great way to describe him. And so, because you have no leader, you're going to get what you get over and over and over again. And you'll choose poor things. And the funny thing is somebody wants to reach for it. They want to grab for it. They haven't had a leader since Obama left, and they keep going back to him.
Do you think it's because within the party, there's fighting? There's a split. Like the old guard does not want to relinquish control.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And the donors don't want to.
They don't want to give it up.
They don't want to give it up either because the younger generation and the Republicans are going to have this, problem too because the younger MAGA, the people that Trump brought in, they're more populist than corporatist. So they don't want to give it up. They don't want to give up the power. So the donors don't want to give up the power because they need the power. And these guys and gals, they don't want to give up their seat at the table. Their trough is still full. And they're feasting at that trough. There's no doubt. And it is so amazing when I was watching Chuck Schumer the other day. You see somebody like, there's guys who are old and cool, like the most interesting man in the world. None of these people are that. None of them are. You see... You're in your 70s and 80s. You're not Betty White and cool and fun and hip and have it all together. You're a dork when you were younger, and you're now old and a dork. Mitch McConnell, same thing. Jiminy Cricket. Is he still alive? He's still around, right?
Who?
Mitch McConnell?
Still alive and still useless.
You better watch your mouth.
Oh, gee. Mitch. Somebody they had to put one of those mirrors underneath, see if he was breathing. See if he fogged it up. So, yeah. They're going to continue to suffer, and that's great. If I'm the Republicans, sit back, let them continue to fail. Like, never interrupt your enemy when they're screwing up. But at the same time, the economy will play a big role in that, but that's something that you can only do so much about. So this will be interesting because you should easily win next year. Even without redistricting at the rate it was going, you should have been able to hold on to it. So, because they have, and I do worry about that a bit with Trump, because Trump is such a force. And I know, did you see, was it Lindsey Graham said yesterday, I'd be happy for a third term? Oh, God. Shut up. Aren't you supposed to move to Israel? Is that your thing? Go away. Don't you guys understand? No, go away.
It's just gotten to the point where he can't open his mouth without embarrassing himself.
I know. A third term. No on the third term. But what happens, there's going to be a battle to see who elevates themselves. And, we've seen it here with, in the 7th and stuff. It's they're all trying to get the endorsement. And, who's going to get the endorsement? Will it be Marco? Will it be JD? You would think JD. But at least you've got a path of people that you're like, okay, that person could lead the party. 0 people over there. Now, there's a couple governors that I think would be okay, but they don't have the magnetism. That's the other part of it. It's still a popularity contest.
Interesting that there has been no endorsement for one of the Republicans running in the 7th district yet.
No. Well,
I don't think Trump has endorsed anyone.
No,
yet.
he hasn't. That is very interesting.
Because I think the primary for that, the special primary, is coming up in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks, and he's still not endorsed anybody. And
you'll probably go with Afton.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. What's she look like? We don't need the seat anyways. I like her. She's fun. Yeah, I don't know who we'd go with, but they're trying hard.
Oh, and everybody's claiming that, they're Trump's guy.
Yeah, you listen to those commercials. I'm mega Trump, super MAGA. No, what? I'm mega MAGA.
One of them's wearing a bright yellow MAGA hat. I've never seen a bright yellow MAGA hat.
That's standing out right there. Somebody's made a bad fashion choice. Can't do that. Bright yellow. Coming up.
Yeah, special primary election. It's going to be Tuesday, October 7th.
Yeah, Tuesday, October 7th. So we are...
It's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's less than 2 weeks. What's like 12 days away. 12 days. And still no... Do you think he'll endorse by next week? Or would he just say, nah?
What if he's just not even thinking about it?
Yeah, that's a possibility too. It is. But you think... Well, yeah, here's the thing. You have the seat, right? Like, you're going to win the seat. And all of them are, they're all wanting your endorsement. So it really doesn't matter because, whoever wins that is probably going to win the general.
Oh, yeah.
So you endorsing somebody, just whoever wins, great. I'll throw you an endorsement during the general and we'll move on. So I think that's more likely, but we'll see. I mean, maybe we'll fight. Coming up, TikTok. Do we own TikTok?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Going to sign the deal, though.
Oh,
I understand. Trump is scheduled to sign the deal, but I have not seen when.
I know. And I know there's going to be a lot of people in there. We'll talk about that coming up straight ahead. Chad Benso, Super Talk 997. Bulwark Capital. Speaking of stuff that's happening, October 2nd, Thursday, 5:30 our time. Chance for you to check out their Back to Basics webinar. My buddy Zach Abraham leads it. It is awesome. They're going to talk about the basic fundamentals of value investing, why being an active manager is important, where they're always looking to buy using the fundamentals, the best value out there regardless of markets. They're not buying just here. It's everywhere. And they're amazing at it. They're up tremendously this year. It's a win-win. Thank you very much. They're going to also show what they think about happening the rest of the year and what they're all about. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. It's about 30 to 45 minutes. Webinar. It's absolutely free. Sign up today. I promise you what you get out of it, even if you don't do anything else, will be super valuable. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's KNOW, yourriskpodcast.com to sign up for the Know Your Risk webinar. It's the Back to Basics with my friend Zach Abraham and Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advice is offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Check 25298.
Dallas ICE facility sniper attack update coming up at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
TikTok's U.S. operations will now be run by this new joint venture, with American users' data stored in the U.S. and overseen by the cloud computing firm Oracle. And perhaps most importantly, this new ownership group will get a copy of the algorithm, that secret sauce that makes TikTok so addictive. Trump says other American investors, including Michael Dell of Dell Technologies and the Murdoch family, will also play a role.
It's going to be interesting. I don't know why they would give up the algorithm. I mean, that's a guarded, that they value that as a guarded military secret.
China?
Yeah.
That's the formula to Coke.
That is. That's what they guard it at. That is one of those things where they have their own skiff, and if you want to look at it, that's where you go.
Don't trust China.
I would not trust China at all, sir. You're correct on that one.
So you think we had to give something up?
I think they're going to give us something like it, but not it.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure they've built some sort of backdoor in. And I just find it hard to believe China would just give it all up. You know?
I'm curious how many updates they've pushed into TikTok since that law was passed.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like that's just, and look, I love me some TikTok, right? I mean, we all love some TikTok. Ken loves him some TikTok.
I do,
Not
man.
me.
I sent him today what I said. I sent you a spider.
That was fantastic. I've never seen a spider that looks like that.
It was so cool.
You send me TikToks all the time, and I can't even open
I
them.
send it to the group, but I'm sorry that you still only have MySpace.
It's Friendster.
Oh, Friendster. Friendster's phenomenal. So, but why would you give that up? I mean, it's, that's the, I just don't know why they would do that.
We're not supposed to question those things, Brother Chad.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to question it because that is you can reproduce all the other crap, right? The little faces and the filters. That secret sauce, that's the secret sauce. Why it does that, why their algorithm works so well. Other algorithms are good, but nothing like theirs. Nothing.
So is Instagram close to it?
I'd say, yeah, Instagram's closer than everybody else. Like, Twitter is it's more political centric.
Boy, is it.
You're not gonna get fuzzy dogs or the Hyrax that screams that makes me laugh. You're not getting that. But you'll get more of that with Instagram, but there's just something about the way they do this algorithm. And again, they've already got enough of our data because we opted into it. So you got a TV that's Chinese, probably listening to you.
Let's see. I've got what is my TV? I got to go home and look at that. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Don't worry. It'll call you in a minute and tell you.
It will.
We were listening to you. Let us tell you who we are.
By the way, you're really getting good at dancing in your underwear.
Oh, my goodness.
It's like I've told you before, I have my phone set to not listen, but it does it anyway.
Of course.
Because we're sitting here talking about a subject on air. My phone's sitting over here beside me. And then suddenly when I get off air, I'm noticing that the ads or the stories that I'm getting align with what we were talking about.
Yeah, obscure stuff, too. Stuff that's weird that you would think there's no way that this thing, I never looked for it even, and it pops up. You could mention like Bali. Like, yeah, I'd think about going to Bali one day. Next thing you know, you get all these ads for Bali. Like, I didn't look for that. I just said it.
And it supposedly wasn't listening.
Yeah,
but it
supposedly
obviously is.
Supposedly wasn't. Oh, China commits to cutting 10% of its climate pollution.
Commits to?
Yeah, commits to. Go look at it. It's commits. It's like 2046. We'll start cutting back.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Don't trust China. I'm not going to.
Don't trust China.
All right. I won't trust China. So this 9914, my Instagram is full of boobs and people dying in horrific ways. At least you're honest. Yeah. There's a lot of that
That's
out there.
what my ex is. See, all I ever do on X is I just do football. Football. But the Sooner fans that I follow and interact with, some of them are really political. Or apparently some of them really like watching people fight.
Yeah.
Because I get a lot of reposted just fights in the street.
People like, Sooners this weekend are playing Texas Tech, and they go through it. And then 5 minutes later, it's like, oh, by the way, here's a guy beating up a drunk woman on the street.
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah. My Instagram is it's varied. I've got some funny stuff and some people I follow, and some animal stuff, and then my TikTok is just full of just nothing but goofy animal things and stupid things like that because I get enough politics.
So Trust me. My Instagram just popped up, and this has got to be AI. It is a group of monitor lizards trying to attack a porcupine.
Yeah, that's not very bright.
And the porcupine is sticking every one of them. That's AI.
Yeah, don't mess with the porcupine. Just let you guys know that.
Then here's another fella jumping off of a cliff into a little creek.
So I am watching a guy spearfish in the mangrove islands. See, that's the silly stuff I get. That's the silly stuff. But if you go to Twitter, it's the exact opposite. And Twitter is a much different engagement because they want engagement in a different kind of way where they value that. YouTube, their shorts aren't anywhere near where TikTok, and in fact, most of the stuff that you see elsewhere is TikTok first that gets pushed out there to all their other ones.
Man, here I am still addicted to this guy that mows people's overgrown lawns.
Oh, I love that one. That guy's great. He's great. Ooh, wait.
I can't stop watching it.
It's fun to watch it start to finish, overgrown to beautiful.
Right.
It's amazing. There's something satisfying about it. No doubt. All right, coming up, talk a little UN, and this lady's not happy about Ozempic. We'll talk about that as well. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Dallas ICE facility sniper attack update. Here's Luke Barr.
The Department of Homeland Security makes the point that there was and continues to be 1,000% increase in threats against ICE agents. The acting ICE director said yesterday that this is only getting worse. They're only seeing more threats. And this shooting, he said, is evidence that these threats online can translate into the real world.
Yeah, the FBI claiming today that the alleged shooter, 29-year-old Joshua Jean, left a handwritten note that reads, quote, "Hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with armor-piercing rounds on that roof?" Amazon being fined $2.5 billion over how it handles signups and cancellations of its Prime subscription service. $1.5 billion will go towards Amazon customers who the Federal Trade Commission says were tricked into enrolling in Prime. The online retailer will also pay $1 billion in civil penalties, the largest fine in Federal Trade Commission history. Amazon has admitted no wrongdoing. President Trump welcoming Turkey's President Recep Erdogan to the White House today, urging Erdogan to stop buying Russian energy to hurt their war in Ukraine. Trump also critical of Russian President Vladimir Putin.
I'm not going to ever call anybody a paper tiger, but Russia spent millions and millions of dollars in bombs, missiles, ammunition, and lives, their lives, and they've gained virtually no land. I think it's time to stop. I really do.
Trump in recent days shifting position on Ukraine, saying Ukraine would not have to give up any territory to achieve a peace deal with Russia. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Beacon Capital Management wants to help you in so many ways. Not just about the dollars and cents of your retirement. There's a lot of other things. Taxes. There's a lot of good things inside the One Big Beautiful Bill. But with these things, know that these tax opportunities, they expire. So you got to be really wary of that. But there's also certain requirements like on car loan interest. You can deduct up to $10,000 in car loan interest, but only if the car was assembled in the U.S. Other restrictions as well. They got great opportunities to show you about deduction when it comes to senior, up to $6,000. But once again, it expires. And then you get to things like long-term care. Yeah, you want to make sure. Trust, living wills, things of that nature. They handle it all for you. Beacon's incredible. And the best thing you can do for yourself is call them today. Set up a meeting. It's a free personalized financial consultation. It's not going to cost you anything but a little bit of time, and they're amazing. Call 615-488-9303 today. That's 615-488-9303. Visit them online at beaconcm.com. That's beaconcm.com. This is a paid placement.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's
For many of us, generators are becoming a must-have household appliance. From unpredictable weather to surprise outages, it's better to be safe than sorry. Generator Supercenter of Nashville offers fast and easy installations with 24/7 service and monitoring to all brands of generators and expert repairs done right. Our mission is to make owning a backup generator simple and easy. Visit your local store today or check us out online. Generator Supercenter of Nashville. We serve all Middle Tennessee.
U.S. Attorney talking Nancy Larson about the gunshot sprayed, the length of the ICE facility, vehicles. They're going over everything.
And I just learned what the correct pronunciation of this person's last name is.
We were going with Ruth? What we're going?
No,
which one?
Yeah, this is the ICE shooter.
Okay.
It is Jan.
Jan.
His last name is Jan.
Okay. All right.
I've been calling it Jean. But
you
J
put a little
is silent.
spice on it.
Yeah.
Spice. You put a little spicy on it with the Jean. You tried to be Euro.
Yeah.
Jean.
Yeah, I was trying to be cool.
So several people, when you talked about the ICE bullet, anti-ICE, several people say, that guy's a patsy. There's no way that somebody would scribble that. Like, that is the...
Well, yeah, I mean, that doesn't... Because it doesn't match with what she's saying is on these handwritten notes that they say they found after a search at his home.
Yeah, for somebody who was supposedly... They said it's super detailed what he was going to do, and that... For all of that stuff, that's the best he could do with that, was just anti-ICE on one of the bullets?
It's just a question I would have.
Yes, Bill.
They're doing this. There's a press conference right now. Do you want to?
Yeah, let's dip in for a little bit and see what they're saying.
Nor did he mention any specific government agency other than ICE. Among his papers, though, was a handwritten note in which, in crude words, he expressed his hatred for the federal government. Finally, I want to address the heroism of our federal agents yesterday. While under fire, ICE agents and ATF agents, who were also present in the facility's Sallyport area, worked together to remove detainees from the vans and get them to safety while the bullets were flying. These agents were heroic, clearly willing to lay down their lives to save the lives of the detainees in their custody. And that's an extremely important point to make at this point in time. I want to express my deepest appreciation for the bravery of these law enforcement officers yesterday and every single day that they go out there to keep us safe. I'll now turn it over to FBI Special Agent in charge of the Dallas field office, Joe Rothrock. Thank you.
Good afternoon. First, I'd like to start by thanking our acting United States Attorney, Nancy Larson, and her office for their support during this investigation. My name is Joe Rothrock, and I'm the Special Agent in charge of the FBI's Dallas field office. Yesterday morning, Joshua Yan carried out a targeted, ambush-style attack on law enforcement. Today, I will provide you with some updates of what we've learned through our investigation to date, to include Yan's own words in his handwritten notes. Yan specifically intended to kill ICE agents. He fired at transport vehicles carrying ICE personnel, federal agents, and detainees. He also found multiple shots into the windows of the office building where numerous ICE employees do their jobs every day. We now know that Jan engaged in significant high degree of pre-attack planning. He searched for information about the office building and how to track ICE agents' locations. Jan also acknowledged the potential for other casualties. He knew with a high likelihood ICE detainees would be transported that morning in the exact location where he was facing from his perch on a nearby rooftop. Jan's attack did in fact result in the tragic death of one detainee and the injury to 2 other detainees. We have been able to confirm that Jan legally obtained an 8mm bolt-action rifle he used in the shooting in August of this year. Based on our investigation to date, we believe Jan acted alone, but I'll stress our investigation continues. This attack, yet again, underscores the dangers that law enforcement face daily. We continue to see an increased threats against law enforcement. This is the second attack in recent months on ICE facilities here in North Texas. I do want to take this opportunity to thank our law enforcement partners.
All right, we just dipped in there. That's Joseph Rothrock, FBI, going over the idiot that now we know they're pretty certain worked alone, shot into the ICE facility yesterday. And remember, this is off the freeway, the I-35 in Dallas. And it's not a holding facility or a facility like you see when when we talk about Alligator Alcatraz and stuff like that. It's more of a, you go, you get yourself checked in. They go through, see if you're here legally, illegally, then get you on your way. And he shot into the facility as well as into a van. And he's got writings. They didn't really go into super detail. He doesn't like the federal government. We know that, according to them. He had some weird stuff, too. Was that thing on his car? Did you see the note on his car?
No.
He had a note on his car, but it wasn't a note. It was a map that some professor had done with nuclear fallout, where the radiation would hit the most or something. It's kind of odd.
I've got the part here where the acting U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Texas starts talking about the notes they found in his home, if you guys want to hear it.
Yeah, let's hear some of that.
FBI agents executed a search warrant at the sniper's residence yesterday, and there found a collection of notes. First, I want to point out that one of these notes or papers, the sniper explicitly states, yes, it was just me. That statement appears to be correct at this point in the investigation. Notably, these loose notes included a game plan of the attack and target areas at the facility. He called the ICE employees people showing up to collect a dirty paycheck. He wrote that he intended to maximize lethality against ICE personnel and to maximize property damage at the facility. He hoped to minimize any collateral damage or injury to the detainees and any other innocent people. It seems that he did not intend to kill the detainees or harm them. It's clear from these notes that he was targeting ICE agents and ICE personnel. The tragic irony for his evil plot here is that it was a detainee who was killed and 2 other detainees that were injured when he fired into the Sally Port. He also hoped his actions would give ICE agents real terror of being gunned down, and he did this to induce constant stress in their lives. He hoped his actions would terrorize ICE employees and interfere with their work, which he called human trafficking. And this, what he did, is the very definition of terrorism. Again, his notes reveal, yes, it was just me and my brain. And he said, good luck with the digital footprint. And of course, we take this to mean that he deleted evidence from his devices. His words were definitively anti-ICE. That said, we did not find evidence of membership in any specific group or entity. nor did he mention any specific government agency other than ICE. Among his papers, though, was a handwritten note in which, in crude words, he expressed his hatred for the federal government.
That's interesting.
Finally, I want to address the heroism of our federal agents.
And that is
Yeah.
that for the notes and what they claim to have found with the search warrant.
It's weird, though. There's like, I'm the only one. Just like you said. And this is the problem with government. Now that everybody, we all have, and we should have a healthy skepticism of all these agencies, because now that we know more than we've ever known, that we realize how full of crap so many of them are. In the investigation with the Charlie Kirk, the whole thing with that guy. I mean, the FBI absolutely just jack the pooch on that one. And this one, like you said, the anti-ICE thing is just an odd thing. And then we got it, and it said it was him, and he's totally, he confessed. It's there. So it seems very clean if you want to go in that direction. A lot of times it's Occam razor. That's the way I look at it, which is the easy answer is the answer. But it doesn't mean you don't question stuff, right? I mean, you have to. Sounds like he hated everything, but ICE was his main thing. What do you call it? Human trafficking?
Yeah, I called it human trafficking.
I don't think he understands how that works. So, yeah, they weren't being sold off to somebody. They weren't being sold into sex slavery. They weren't being indentured servants. They were being sent back to their countries. And that was that. I mean, it's, again, some people. But my question, because I've seen several interviews and things with his family, some people that knew him, they all said the same thing. Dude showed no interest in anything political. So it goes back to that, you're living a different life. The life in front of the world, like the camera, but behind the scenes, that's where your mindset is with anti-ICE or the meme culture or any of that stuff that you're living in. Because, I mean, imagine if it's really true that your kid had no interest in politics, no interest in any of the things that you would think where somebody would start to become radicalized, and then you woke up yesterday morning and found out your kid went and carried out attempted assassination of ICE employees, killing one migrant and wounding two others, and then killing himself. That's a hell of a shock.
Yeah, it takes time to alter your mindset to where you hate the federal government.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me years.
Yeah. And trust me, some of you out there that text us, you guys love Trump, but you hate the government, which is, the federal government. It's not a disdain for the federal government. It is very much a skepticism in a lot of the stuff that they do. But this is, you would think you would notice if somebody's becoming radicalized like that. Maybe that's, you know what though? And I think because everything is out there, we got to start thinking about, we're thinking in the old ways of stuff. Everything's out there now. The lone wolves now know how to put on two faces. It's never the person that says, I'm coming to get you. It's never that one. That one you don't need to worry about because they're just usually 99.9% talk. It's the one that's not saying that you go, because you don't know where they are. You don't. And who they're talking to. But it wasn't because of Fox News or MSNBC that he probably flipped the switch. All right, coming up, we'll have more on this, some other stuff too. I want to get to our fat genocide. That's what it's called. I'm not making this up. You got to hear this, but it deserves a much longer because it's insane. It's the best way to describe it. Chad,
is this fat people committing genocide or genocide against fat people?
That's chicken genocide. That's totally different. This, you have to hear, and it deserves its own little, you will go play that again, Chad. It is Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 997. Prize Picks is awesome. So let me tell you about Prize Picks. This is what you do. You go to Prize Picks, you download the app, put it on your phone, and then you get ready to play. And how you play is this way. You are looking at actual projections that you think an athlete is going to do more or less than things like passing yards, rushing yards, sacks, touchdowns, home runs, things of that nature. So it's more or less. It's that simple. You're not playing spreads in games and any of that stuff. And they at Prize Picks are amazing. So this is what they're doing for my customers. You go, you join, right? You go to Prize Picks, download the app, use my code Chad. You can get $50 instantly in your account when you play your first $5 lineup. Now check this out. They're going to give you essentially a freebie. It's called a max discount this weekend. Jalen Hurts more than a half a yard passing. I think he will. Now you go and you see who else is out there where you pick more or less. It's that simple. You can play anywhere up to 6. So 2 to 6, that's a lineup. And when you use my code Chad, $50 instantly in your account. That simple, and it's a lot of fun. Go download the app now. Use my code Chad. Prize Picks, code Chad, $50 instantly in your account when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be 21, Tennessee. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-889-9789. Contours. Are you guys ready for this? So Contours is amazing. Cool Springs, you go over there. See my buddy Keith. He's amazing. And they're going to treat you amazing, and you're going to lose inches. And I'm talking about getting thin, looking great. You know, those places that no matter how hard you work, it just doesn't happen. But check it out. You buy the Belly Buster package right now, you can get a facial, a real med facial, something that is not one of those, you go to the spa facial. It's a $1,500 value, absolutely free. And did I mention you're going to lose inches? Oh, yeah. Now, Dan and I have both done this. It's incredible. It's relaxing. It's non-invasive. You just chill. You're guaranteed to lose 2 inches on your first go, or you pay nothing. They have a $99 introductory fee. Go try it out. If you're getting ready for the holidays, you're like, I got a big thing coming up. I want to look good. This is going to help you look amazing. It really is. And $1,500 free med face. We're talking the best thing around with the infrared. It's incredible. Go over there now. See my man. Are you ready for this? Take down the number. You doing it? Okay, fantastic. 615-236-9960. 615-236-9960. Or visit contoursllc.com to schedule. What do you got to lose but inches and wrinkles?
Antioch got a crash on the left shoulder, 24 eastbound near Haywood Lane. Then in Hermitage, police reporting a crash, 40 eastbound before Stewart's Ferry Pike. We have an update on the Dallas ICE facility sniper attack, some details on the alleged shooter's notes that authorities say he left behind. That's coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Yeah. The silent ones we're talking about earlier, and somebody said, who said they don't really fear the online threats? They fear the silent ones. That's it. Man, you know, it's why I always say, we always talk about free speech absolutists. I was always a big believer is you never let crazy get too far out of sight. It's good to know where crazy's at.
Absolutely.
When the Westboro Baptist Church was really big, I would say, never ever try to silence crazy. You want it making as much noise as possible so you know where it is and what it's doing. Because when it goes quiet, that's usually when it's building a bomb.
Yeah. That's when. And now I think what you're finding is these young men, again, let's be honest. When I hear there's a shooter like this, I can almost 100% guarantee it's a white young male pissed off at the world, incel, whatever it is, has got radicalized, but not in a way where you're seeing it out, it's not, very rarely is it the pink hair. It's mostly angry dudes who go deep inside, they get black-pilled, and it's sad. It's a sad situation because they're living their life in a way where nobody else seems to know about it.
Well, and statistically speaking, serial killers and, mass murderers are white males.
Yeah.
There's
it's
obviously,
just statistic.
There's difference. There's like,
you'll find some that are
what's
different.
her name? The one, Aranos that,
Line Warnos or whatever.
Warnos, yeah. That's an exception to the rule. The guy in the 70s from Atlanta, he was an exception to the rule. But statistically, it's always a white male.
You know exactly what you're looking for. And when I hear that there's somebody who's like this, I know exactly what I'm looking. I could have told you can. When they started profiling and putting these things together, go watch Mindhunter. It's just great on how they started to build this thing. They know what they're doing, and it's the same thing here. They're going to give you it. Don't look for that person that's angry and outwardly angry. Look for that person that is quietly smoldering and take a look at that person because that's the one that might scare you the most because that's the one that nobody's looking for. All right, coming up next hour, I've got our thing, Fat Genocide. I'm not lying, and it starts there, and wait till you hear where it goes. It's crazy. Among other things, straight ahead, Chad Bencho, Super Talk 997.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes, and we just got a Dallas ICE facility sniper attack update. Officials say the investigation into the alleged shooter, 29-year-old Joshua Yan, turned up a bunch of notes after they served a search warrant at his home. Acting U.S. Attorney for the Northern Texas District, Nancy Larson.
First, I want to point out that one of these notes or papers, the sniper explicitly states, yes, it was just me. That statement appears to be correct at this point in the investigation. Notably, these loose notes included a game plan of the attack and target areas at the facility.
Authorities say Jan unintentionally, seemingly, shot 3 detainees, killing one.
While under fire, ICE agents and ATF agents, who were also present in the facility's Sallyport area, worked together to remove detainees from the vans and get them to safety while the bullets were flying. These agents were heroic, clearly willing to lay down their lives to save the lives of the detainees in their custody.
So the other 2 detainees still being treated for their wounds. The Federal Trade Commission leveling the largest fine in its history against a major tech company. The FTC says Amazon tricked customers into signing up for Prime subscriptions and made it overly difficult for them to cancel those memberships. The company now settling the case, which began earlier this week, and will have to pay $2.5 billion in fines, $1.5 billion of that going to customers affected. And there's word the Secretary of the Department of War, Pete Hegseth, planning a sizable gathering of top military leaders next week. Here's ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
Exactly how many generals and admirals would be in attendance isn't clear. There are more than 400 general officers holding at least a 2-star rank. Officials confirm the defense secretary is expected to gather a large number of them at the Marine base at Quantico, Virginia next Tuesday. It's quite rare for there to be a large in-person meeting of military leaders based all over the world in a single location.
And as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gets ready to address the United Nations General Assembly tomorrow, Israeli forces say their Iron Dome defense system failed to catch a drone strike from Houthis in Yemen. We get more from ABC's Ian Pannell.
It hit in the port city, the vacation city of Eilat, down on the Red Sea coast. The IDF says the drone was launched from Yemen. Netanyahu saying any attack on Israeli cities will be met with a severe and painful blow to the Houthi terrorist regime. We've seen Israel respond in the past, and it's reasonable to expect them to do so again.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Man, reading some of the story about this guy, man, it's crazy. We have got some serious issues. I talked about it last hour. The numbers on what people think is going on in America is real. About 80% of people think this great experiment of self-rule isn't working. It isn't. They feel like the house is burning down. And they blame each other. You know what? Maybe we all need to look up and go, maybe it's you guys over there in the mirror. Maybe it's that. You guys love the fact that we fight each other over stuff. Maybe it's time that we say, let's turn the mirror around and say, hey, yeah, maybe you guys have ratcheted up the insanity and are saying things and ginning up people. Maybe there's a problem there. I'm still trying to figure out, a couple people texted because in the note that, what was his name? Jan?
Joshua Jan.
Jan. He said he was the only one who did it, just me. And don't look for my digital footprint. So, and several people said, yeah, that feels very red flaggy to me. Don't look over here. So what sucks is between now and Christmas, there's going to be more of these. It may not be a situation where it's an ICE detention center. It may not be anything where it's a government thing. It may be a school or a nightclub or something, because we've got pissed off, angry young men who, like I said, so many of them now believe they're victims. They're grasping at something, and anybody who's willing to listen to them so they can share their grievances, they go find. And then they get, black-pilled, as we talked about. And sometimes it's something like this, and other times it's just the fact that they were born and they're angry, and the world owes them something, which, as we know, is ridiculous. We'll get back to this in a minute. So Phil Mudd's on TV. He's a former FBI guy, and I've got a couple sources. They've said this, and I'm like, I'm not quite sure this is real or not. But Pam Bondi apparently is having some. How should we say this? She's a little hesitant in the whole Comey thing. Because I think she realizes, like you said, Ken, man, that's a tough one to prove. Whether or not he lied, well, you could tell. No, it's a hard one to prove. The bar's set high, and you don't have to like James Comey, and I get it. But the reality is, he could just say, look, you asked me the question. This is what I believe. You asked another guy a question. He believed and told you something different. You didn't bring him in. So I believe this to be true from the information I had. Now prove that I didn't. And so they've got till Tuesday to either file charges or do nothing. And, he got rid of that, was it Tyler Seibert guy who Trump had brought in for the Virginia for their federal courts there. And he said, no, this guy's not doing it, because he said no. He said, we're not going to get a prosecution on this. And then his entire staff, when she came in, because he took somebody who was a lawyer that was like a personal lawyer that he really likes, and said, oh, Pam, you're going to love her. She's going to go out and she's going to do the job. They're all guilty. She's a real estate lawyer. And here you go. And the first thing they did is, hey, remember the old guy? We said, you're not going to get a prosecution. This is the entire staff. Yeah, here. Guess what this says? The same thing. Maybe go after Letitia. Maybe, because I think that's the one. He wants that. Who else do you want? Letitia. He wants Comey. I don't know who else he wants. It's funny he's not going after Hillary. Really.
He got Fannie Willis disqualified from, well, he didn't, but
Yeah.
she got disqualified.
Yeah, she got disqualified. Well, she also did a lot of stuff that was just should have got her disqualified from a lot of cases.
Well, she was hooking up with the old boy she hired.
That's right. You can't do
They were going
that.
on trips on his salary.
That was so funny. Oh, goodness me.
Can't do that, Fanny.
No, you can't. No, you can't, Fanny. Man, that's a funny word, Fanny. You can't say that in England because that means the opposite of Fanny.
Unless it's somebody's name, then you can say it.
Yeah, you can, but it's still weird, right? I mean, it's an odd thing because nobody has the other name. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Adam, yeah, I know he wants to go after Dip Schiff, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And Hillary. I'm sure there's plenty others he'd like to go after. But the best revenge, living well and winning. As, what's his name, said Charlie Sheen, winning. Do you remember when he lost his mind?
Oh, yeah, it was fun to watch. It was a train wreck and a half.
It was. Tiger's blood and stuff like that.
Donna's DNA.
Oh, that was so crazy.
I'm having too much fun. Pardon me while I get AIDS.
Wow. And then, like, his book is just, he holds nothing back.
Yeah, he's pretty honest in it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got nothing to hide.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, he is an open book by now.
Yeah. And you think about that, like as a human, you watch a human melt down. And we didn't know the extent of how bad it had gotten, but it was crazy watching that. Like
Vodka, crack, and porn stars.
Yeah. And then they would put a camera in front of him. He's on TMZ every day going, I'm winning. Like, no, you're not.
Are you bipolar? I'm by winning.
Yeah, he's something. Goodness me. He gave up all that money. That was insanity. Like, you know what I read the other day, too? Did you see how bad it is for Britney? That she's holed up in her house and, like, she's like a hoarder and nobody can reach her?
Man, we're going to hear something terrible
We
one of
are.
these days.
And for years, I kept telling everybody, there's a reason.
Yeah.
You guys can say what you want, but there was a reason Pops and them knew a lot more. He's taking from her. How's it going now? I don't see those people out there cheering her on.
Has she put out any more knife dancing videos?
She did something the other day. She's dancing half naked, and the house looks like it's on hoarders. So it's like dog crap on the ground, and you're
Terrible.
like, she is spinning out of control.
Terrible. That
Spinning.
one video she put out, with the knives, her little dogs are terrified behind her.
Terrified. She is completely unstable. And she won't talk to anybody. Isn't she in Mexico? Is that where she is?
I have no idea.
I think she got as far away from anybody who could probably, try to take her back to court and get, custody of her as far as, because I don't think her faculties are all there.
She doesn't have her kids, does she?
No, who would have thought, right? Federline turned out to be the one that was normal.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness me. It's sad, though. It's sad to watch people melt down. I just remember one day, Dr. Phil, do you remember when he had on, what was her name? The Popeye's girlfriend.
Oh, Shelley Duvall.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, we've turned this human being's suffering into entertainment. And now.
And she was in full-blown
she was. Like, she was manic.
mental crisis.
Yeah, she was the kind of mental crisis where there's a 72-hour hold. That was awful. I mean, that was bad. That's what we've turned murder into it. We've turned it all. We have this weird want to watch this stuff. And I just sit there and it's funny. I got blasted for it all the time by people. That was like, oh, you know what? She's a grown woman. She can make, decisions for herself. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Here's the way I look at it. If that was my daughter and I knew that she was mentally unstable, better than you do, and that people would take advantage of her and steal everything she had and abuse her, then I would want to protect her. Yeah. And like you said with the knives, dude, you're right, man. That's my fear is we're going to wake up one day and see that thing where they had to rush her to a hospital in some, small town in Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be surprising, but it'll be sad.
Yeah.
It'll be sad.
No.
And hopefully it doesn't happen. I mean, hopefully she just lives until a ripe old age.
Yeah.
Like she is right now, who knows?
It's got to be tough being your kids, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like you go to school. It's like being Kanye's kids.
Oh, goodness.
Can we be homeschooled, Mom? I don't know if you're aware of this, but we go to school in Hollywood and L.A. and Calabasas. Yeah, there's a chance we may run into a Jew or two.
Especially whenever lessons about World War II come up.
Yeah. Oh, goodness me. That's just good. And I've seen her with her kids, and she's just mom, right? Like her one kid really wants to be a pro soccer player, but she's just mom. And again, another one of those things, but who would have thought she would have been the one? No doubt. If you guys aren't hearing, Pete Hegseth has summoned all the top military brass, unexplained meeting. And this is what I just saw. Ken, I don't know if you saw this too. We just navied a 7,500-mile thermonuclear weapons test. And the fleet is patrolling the Caribbean.
I don't have an alert about that.
Yeah. You know what I think we're going to do? I think we're going into Venezuela.
You think so?
I do. I think we're going into Venezuela.
Take them some democracy.
We're gonna take them some democracy, but mostly we're gonna go there and say, "Hey, drugs are bad. Don't
look at all this oil.
Oh my God, there's oil under the ground. Who knew? And there's oil next door in Guyana, and you wanted it? Oh, geez. Did ConocoPhillips know about this? Did Duke Energy know, or whoever? Yeah, that's
interesting.
I think we're going there because when I hear the whole thing about the drugs, there's no drugs. It's not. Colombia moves the most weight. It's not even close. It's so minuscule, the amount of drugs, and almost no fentanyl comes from there. And if we were going to get serious about fentanyl, it's to the south of us in Mexico. So, and Colombia doesn't even like to go through Venezuela because they like corruption. They don't like stuff that's not stable. And there's a worry about, Maduro and them. They may be corrupt, but they're also a little unstable. So they should go to Cuba. Man, you know what? I would love to go to Cuba just to see all those old cars. If you guys have never seen Cuba, they don't have anything new there. It's all old, like 1950s cars that they've had to jerry rig and, held together by tape and all that stuff. That is so cool to go look at that.
Hey, man, that's the workers' paradise you're talking about.
It is. Everybody can read.
Got a bunch
Best
of 80s.
healthcare in the world. You know how we know? They told us.
Yeah.
A bunch of 80s model cars down there.
I think they're mostly like 50s, 60s, and 70s, right?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you go there. It's like going to watching the Karate Kid. Remember all those cars? That's basically what it is.
Big old Lincoln Continentals.
Yeah.
With the ashtrays in the doors.
Yeah, Venezuela oil sucks. It's heavy, but it's not about Venezuela. It's about the fact that Venezuela thinks that Guyana owes them some of that land, and Guyana has found a massive light sweet crude, and there is a land tiff there, and it's a great way for us to go protect them or whatever. Democracy. Yeah, after the 60s, they only let Russian models in. That's right. Nobody wanted those. Those things are stupid. You ever driven a Russian car?
A Russian car?
Yeah.
No.
You ever been one? So first team I played for in England, Aldershot, we were sponsored by Lada, which was like a Russian car. It was everything you think it would be. Turn on the heater, the windshield wipers would go, right? Turn on the windshield wipers, the radio would smoke. And it was like brand new. They gave us some of them drive around. They were horrible. Oh, goodness me. What was it the Yugo? Remember the Yugo?
Vaguely.
Oh, goodness me. Eastern Europe didn't produce a lot of good stuff back in those days. All right, coming up, we've got our thing, Fat Genocide. We'll do that straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor. Relief Factor is amazing. So imagine this. It's formulated in such a way that it helps your body, and you can take it every single day, like myself, my wife do. Helps your body fight the inflammation when it comes to your muscles, especially when you're exerting a lot more. So I'm trying to run. I'm trying to do 20, 30 flights of stairs a day as I'm trying to get fit before a big couple tournaments coming up for pickleball, and I'm getting back at it, and I feel amazing. Things that I'm doing squats and all these kind of things. I don't have any muscle soreness, and I'm working out more and more every single day, and it's because of Relief Factor. It is so incredible. You can take it every single day. It's not addictive, and it works. Now, check this out. You ready to start it? Less than a cup of coffee a day. It's a 3-week quick start. It's $19.95. You will experience the difference. You will feel way different. So the sore muscles, especially if you have to work or something like that, that's going to, bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's going to go away, and you're going to feel amazing. Try it now. It's incredible. Less than a cup of coffee a day. Go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com, or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800, the number 4, RELIEF, for Relief Factor.
Drivers still dealing with a crash on the left shoulder in Antioch, 24 eastbound near Haywood Lane. And then in Hermitage, a crash 40 eastbound right before Stewart's Ferry Pike, exit 219. We have another Dallas ICE facility sniper attack update. Tell you what authorities say. They are telling us more details about the alleged shooter. That's coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
They're trying to erase fat, people, according to yet another white woman.
When they're trying to whittle down every single fat person, they're so excited that they found a drug that makes it so we don't exist anymore. And again, not to devalue any of these things, I consider them all very important. If tomorrow they released a drug that said, okay, we cured blackness.
Oh my.
If you just take this pill, you can be white.
Oh.
And then the problem will be fixed. The blackness wasn't the problem.
Nope.
The problem was the system that ever made anyone think they needed to be anything other than what they are. Ozempic and these weight loss drugs are they're trying to exterminate fat people. They want to get rid of us.
Wow.
Fat phobia is racism. Do you, like,
Yeah. You know that?
racism is classism. Classism is racism.
And anti-Semitism. Just throw that in there for good measure. The jump that you made
This is
from point A to point B, that was spectacular. Trying to erase you. We need a bigger eraser. We're going to need a bigger eraser. It's like the movie Jaws.
wow. So she's actually against people making changes
Yes.
that make them healthier.
Correct. And here's the thing. Stop saying phobia. Do you know what that means? Are you afraid of a fat person? No.
Right.
No. Like arachnophobia is a real thing. Why? Because people are scared of spiders.
Right.
Not Ken and I. We like them.
I love them.
But that's a fear. When you see a person of larger size, a nutritional overachiever, jolly fellow, you don't turn around and run screaming. So stop using that. You don't know what that means. And it's racism, it's classism. They want to erase us. No, how about you take some personal responsibility and get healthy? If people really wanted you guys erased, they'd keep feeding you. Because then you do disappear.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, have you seen that lady that talks about, like, she has all these fat influencers who talk about how great it is to be fat, and then she's all dead. And then the next one will come on, it's great to be, she's all, that person's dead.
Wow.
This person died. And it's about being healthy. If you've got an opportunity to be healthy, and this helps, it's not about getting rid of you. Because obviously somebody would care enough to say, hey, could you lose some weight? Because, I care enough about you that I want you to live. Racism. Then it was like, well, then racism.
That clip is comedy gold.
Yeah, she's fun. So she's got plenty of them, kids. Don't worry.
And another white woman.
Yeah, well, of course. It's all white women.
We got to revisit her.
Oh,
man.
we are going to. Don't worry. We will revisit her all the time. So I've always fascinated how something in you, just like the dudes who go and become incels and get wackadoed out and way deep. How do you go from, hey, you want me to take Ozempic because my blood pressure's, 300 over 500 and you've got type 9 diabetes, and all of a sudden, you're like, you need to lose some weight. You're like, oh, that's because you hate me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because you hate black people. Wait, what?
Yeah, that was quite the jump there.
I don't hate you for those reasons. I hate you for completely different reasons.
Yeah, because you're a self-serving, obnoxious human being. But even thin, you could be that. So, all right, coming up. A lot more to talk about. I'm sure you guys will have something to say about this on the text line. Bunch of other goodies we can still squeeze into here. It is Chad Minstrel, Super Talk 997.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got another crash. Actually, this is debris, not a crash. Bad enough, though. Debris blocking the two right lanes of 24 eastbound at Almaville Road. Also got that crash on the left shoulder in Antioch, 24 eastbound near Haywood. And then in Hermitage, crash 40 eastbound before Stewart's Ferry Pike. Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Dallas ICE facility sniper attack update. Officials say the investigation into the alleged shooter, 29-year-old Joshua Yan, turned up some notes he left at home. Here's acting U.S. Attorney for the Northern Texas District, Nancy Larson.
He called the ICE employees people showing up to collect a dirty paycheck. He wrote that he intended to maximize lethality against ICE personnel and to maximize property damage at the facility.
Larson says the shooter wrote he wanted to minimize any harm to detainees or other innocent people, but 3 detainees were shot. One of them died. The other 2, she says, are still being treated. Amazon is agreeing to a record-breaking $2.5 billion settlement with the Federal Trade Commission over allegations it misled customers into signing up for its Prime subscription service and made it difficult to cancel. Of that amount, $1.5 billion will be going back to affected customers. The remaining $1 billion is a civil penalty, marking the largest fine ever imposed by the FTC for a rule violation. Despite the payout, Amazon has admitted no wrongdoing. Sitting side by side in the Oval Office today, President Trump put public pressure on Turkey's President Erdogan to stop buying Russian oil as a way to put a squeeze on Putin's war in Ukraine.
The best thing he could do is not buy oil and gas from Russia. If he did that, that would be probably the best thing. He knows Putin like I know Putin.
Asked if he would increase sanctions on Russia, even if all NATO countries did not stop purchasing Russian oil, the president said only, quote, "We're going to see about that." That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Busy Bee, best pricing of the year event. Savings are buzzing around, and they got some amazing deals new, right? So you go get a new HVAC unit. You're going to get free 5-year labor warranty with every single purchase. Plumbing deals galore and so much more. $500 off water and drain repipes. $300 off tanked to tankless water heaters. And now up to $15 off water filtration system for plumbing services. They've got National Grandparents' Day. They're celebrating all month long. If you're a Busy Beehive Club member, you can gift one to a set of grandparents. And the big one, with any HVAC repair or scheduled maintenance, that's any, you're going to get a free dryer vent cleaning. That's right. Absolutely free. They're going to come out, give it to you free with any maintenance you do for HVAC repair schedule. So what are you waiting for? Take advantage of it now. Only a little while with this one right here. Call Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, 775-7833, 775-7833. Check them out online, busybehvac.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Chris Hand. October 14th is coming up, and that's the day that means a lot to me, and I know it's going to mean a lot to you. It's not just Charlie Kirk's birthday, but it's also a National Day of Remembrance. And everybody in the country feels like we need to carry on that legacy. So we're gathering both of my extended families, the Supertalk 99.7 WTN family and the Turning Point USA family, for an evening of honoring Charlie's legacy at Hop Springs in Murfreesboro. We're going to talk about Charlie's life, his faith, his courage, and the movement that he built. It's a movement rooted in truth, in boldness, and in a belief that faith, family, and freedom are worth fighting for. You see, Charlie never wavered. Even when the world pushed back, he stood firm. And now it's on all of us to pick up that torch and carry it even further. This isn't just about remembering, this is about action. You see, Turning Point USA already has an impact here in Middle Tennessee, and we want to see that impact grow. And this is your opportunity. I've gotten so many messages, emails, texts. Chris, how can I get involved? Well, at Hop Springs on Tuesday, October 14th, we are going to have Turning Point USA chapters and representatives for you to connect with, to learn how to get off the bench and into the game, to meet fellow Americans and Tennesseans that care about what you care about, that value the truth, and to equip you with knowledge to take that next step into not just making an impact here in the Middle Tennessee community, but in the country at large. So on Tuesday, October 14th, join us at Hop Springs in Murfreesboro so we can remember Charlie together. So that way we can honor what he gave his life fighting for. And so that way we can figure out how we're going to fight even harder for the future he fought so hard to create. There's more details available at 997wtn.com, or you can scan the QR code on your screen right now. And we hope to see you Tuesday, October 14th from 3 to 8 p.m. at Hop Springs in Murfreesboro. God bless you, and God bless America.
Birch Gold. If you're a first-time gold buyer, it's great. If you buy by the end of the month, it's a great way to diversify. Smart thing to do. Unsettled times. Inflation's still a little bit up there. And, the dollar, it's not a bad thing to do. Diversify. Here's the great thing. If you're a first-time buyer, you can get up to a $10,000 rebate of precious metals. On top of that, it's just a great thing to do to protect yourself and all the things you've worked for. But the first thing you need to do is to educate yourself, and you got to get information about Birch and who they are. So text the word Benson to 989898 today. They'll show you so many different options. You can move a 401k, a IRA over to a gold-backed IRA. You can, maybe you want the physical. They can do it all. And yeah, you're still qualified for the rebate as well, up to $10,000. So text the word Benson to 989898 now. For Birch Gold, they're going to get you all the information. Find out if you qualify for the rebate. They're amazing. They're who I trust. It's Birch Gold. Text the word Benson to 989898 now. I'm a little curious about this whole thing next week with Hexeth getting everybody together. I think we're going into Venezuela.
I think it's curious. I mean, just the fact that you're pulling in all the generals.
And admirals. And we're pulling in everybody, like the bigwigs.
Okay, they say this is rare. When is the last time this happened? I got to look that up.
I looked that up. That's a very, to pull everybody in. So he's probably going, hey, guys, does anybody here have my Discord password? Are we all doing this on WhatsApp?
Can't we just do this on Sessions?
Oh, Friendster. MySpace. So this is going to be this is going to be a trip. It's very interesting. I mean, to pull this, I can't remember 800 of our leading generals, admirals, muckety-mucks all in one place for a meeting.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
It's
not coming up.
You're not doing that because, it's like when they always talk about the Bilderbergers or anything when they all get together. They're not doing that so they could talk about, do you like Parcheesi? They're talking about how they could dominate the globe.
I mean, how many of them are having to fly in from other parts of the world and just grousing that he's making them do that?
Oh, so many of them. You know it. So many of them.
Yeah, AI is not finding anything for me on that.
That's happening Tuesday. And I think again, you're not bringing them all in for nothing. You're bringing them in for something that you feel like maybe they're at the point is like, look, here's the deal, dude. Okay. After the whole debacle, you got to be face to face with everybody or else, no, you can't send anything out. But we all know they're all getting together. Maybe it's a bob and weave, but they say they're in the Caribbean, and that's because they're heading over to Venezuela. I'm telling you guys, it's Venezuela. It's Venezuela. You know that $50 million they put on him? That $50 million bounty, bigger than Osama? Inflation. It's adjusted for inflation. You wouldn't think about taking a pot shot? Really? It's hard not to think so. It's 50 million. That's life-changing money. That is. That's some life-changing money right there, especially in Venezuela. Plus, you're probably looking around going, I can run this country better.
Couldn't do any worse.
No, he couldn't do any worse. You ran that thing into the ground. Let's see here. We're going to Russia now. We're not going to Russia. So
Now, Trump's made that pretty clear that if anybody's going to do anything, it'll be somebody in Europe.
Yeah. I think if anybody was going to do it, it's Poland. Poland feels like they're
just waiting, man.
Poland is they're just biting at the bit.
Poland wants to move their capital to St. Petersburg.
Yep, and they want to move their other capital to Munich. They're looking at both sides going, you guys both, you don't even know. You kicked our asses on the way to Russia, and the Russians kicked your asses on the way to Berlin. We want no part of any of this. Right now, we're waiting for one of you guys to make a move. We don't care.
Poland probably doesn't even like Ukraine.
You know what? Think about this, too. How many, were they taking 2 million people from Ukraine?
Oh, yeah, that's right. They took in a whole bunch of refugees.
Mm-hmm. They did. They did. They're itching for something. And then you've got the, today, the drones over Denmark. Oslo yesterday. Estonia with the planes. Today, they flew really close today, one of their bombers, to Alaska, and we had to scramble our jets.
That's a regular occurrence, though.
Yeah, but I think this one was a little bit more where they were like, because
they also did something with Moldova, too. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, Moldova. God.
Is Moldova in NATO?
I think it is. All the Baltic countries. I'm not quite sure why we did that. We were just letting everybody in at that time. Come on, you're all in. That was the time, too. Do you remember, didn't he ask Clinton Putin if they could get into to NATO? I think he did. I think because Putin asked to get into NATO at one time. He floated the idea.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then they're like, no.
And then Trump said, well, let me see.
You do realize we put this together because of you.
Yeah, you're the reason it exists.
Yes. So
you join, we have to shut the whole thing down.
Yeah. Yeah, Poland is, TV says Poland's been waiting patiently for some payback since 1938.
So Poland's got a pretty lethal military, huh?
Their military is, when I talked to Mike Lyons, my military analyst guy, and I just texted him here a little while ago about what's going on here, because he'll give me the skinny. He said Poland right now there is nobody in Europe that could probably take Poland. But if you're talking about nuclear weapons and stuff like that, but as far as their army and their military, because they were spending, what was it, 2% of your GDP is what they want you to spend on NATO?
Yeah.
They were spending 3.6%. They're armed, they're tough, they're ready, and like you said, payback, 1938, they're going to get that stickers everywhere. I mean, it's
that'll be the slogan, waiting patiently since 1938.
That's it. Oh, goodness me. So we'll see. But this is very interesting that we're moving there. Moldova's not in NATO. Okay, well, if it's not NATO, have fun. Although they do have relationships with NATO. I bet they do. What's up, Moldova? How you doing?
Well, I wonder about, now with Trump, switching gears on Ukraine, if you will, at least seemingly switching gears. What does this do to the minerals deal?
Well, I mean, I think it's going to get bigger because there may be some other minerals. I mean, he told them, you guys should go get all your land back. You can do it. They can't do it, but
not on their own.
Not on their own. Not on their own. I think it would probably, I think that deal would be probably enhanced, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
But is that something that Putin better not mess with? Or does that trigger something?
That's
kind of what concerned me about that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Because, I mean, outside of that, we really have, it's Ukraine.
Yeah, it is.
We don't want our men and women killed over Ukraine.
Yeah, no. I don't. I don't want my men or women shot at for Venezuela.
Reason. Right. Well, yeah, that too.
For some crappy ass failed socialist nation that's falling apart because Maduro runs everything and gas is free, but a loaf of bread's $25,000. I don't want to go in there for that. Because your oil buddies want you to go over there and protect the Guianan light, sweet crude? No thanks. So I don't want him to die for anything. And, if here's I've often wondered what he would do if should something happen and there is a Article 5 situation. Because, Trump is so harsh on NATO. But he, then he gives them a little bit of love and he's harsh. It's tough love. It's tough love, guys. You got to understand. I want them to be tough. Oh, breaking news, widespread 911 outages in Mississippi and Louisiana.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Probably a hack.
And it's statewide.
Yeah, statewide.
Yeah, it's probably, I bet money it's a hack.
Yeah, me too.
What were we talking about yesterday?
That
hanging by a thread.
Yep, the SIM cards. Man, I tell you what, it's getting serious now. It's getting serial. Getting a little nervous. Hold your loved ones.
Of course, somebody might have just unplugged something.
Yeah.
What state was
Mississippi.
it?
Louisiana.
Yeah.
They're going after our sheep.
There they go. What's going to happen there? Mississippi and Louisiana. What would they do? They don't even know what number to call.
Well, Bobby's not going to be able to get a hold of Mama.
No, he's not. Bobby Boucher. Yes, we can send Lindsey Graham and John Bolton over there. Lindsey Graham is such an ass kiss. That guy's the worst. You were the worst, too. And the way that you, geez, he's awful with Netanyahu and them. It's just so awful. Netanyahu's going to speak at the, here's the crap you're going to hear him spew when he gets up at the UN. We're fighting your war, America, because it's only for us, right? We're fighting your war to protect you. No, you're not. I don't go to bed at night going, I hope the Houthis don't get us. Do you? When's the last? Do you even know what a Houthi is? Yeah, I saw him. It was in a Star Wars movie. No, nobody does. So don't let them. They just want our money, and they think they can lead us around, and this is crap. But you know what? You got people like Lindsey Graham and John Bolton all out there going, oh, let's do some more war. How about you guys go to the front for a change? John Bolton, Lindsey.
Respect my authority!
Oh, yeah. By the way, did you see South Park last night with
No.
They took on the FCC?
Did they?
Oh, it was great. It was so awesome. It was fantastic. They went after Carr big time. They didn't waste no time with that. Just that, you know what? Brilliant.
That was probably why it was delayed. I bet they shifted the story.
Yeah.
And they had it delayed production.
Oh. So it's possible. I also said they think, hey, guys, we're sorry. We're just exhausted this week. I think that was their last thing.
That wouldn't surprise me.
But, yeah, they went after them hardcore about it was him and J.D. Vance. Because if you've not seen it, J.D. Vance is like Tattoo from the
Fantasy Island.
Yeah, he walks around. He's like Tattoo. He's always in a white suit. And he's tiny.
Oh, my God.
It was so stupid funny. They went after Brendan Carr in such a brilliant way. And they poked, like, what are you going to do? First of all, you have no authority over them. None. Because it's technical authority, like some tech stuff, but you have, otherwise, they're on cable. So you can't do anything. And they
had a whole episode of being able to say the S word on the air, and they did a counter of how many times that they said it.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Venezuela recently threatened cyber attacks. Whoa, okay. So they got Mississippi? That'll show us. Okay. Venezuela. It's going to be interesting. So my buddy just texted him again. He's going to give me the skinny on what's going on there. He's a big military doodah guy, and he's kind of like my go. And we'll see. Lindsay's spare time. Yeah, Lindsay. Handbags at 20 paces. Let's send him over there. I can't believe you said that.
Says a cut fiber optic line in Louisiana is responsible.
Sure.
Sure, that's what they want you to say. It's the deep state. Coming up, Matt.
You guys need to stop asking questions.
Yeah. Who was it? Was it Antifa that did it? It's Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 997. Oh, man. What's up, everybody? Matt's here, dressed to the nines.
You know, I want to, every time I think that this color's not for me and I want to throw this shirt, I want to give it away, you know, give it to Goodwill. And then I wear it and then I like it.
Yeah,
You have clothes like that?
Yeah, I do. I do. I have
like,
clothes.
I don't like, no. Well, I'm either going to throw it out or wear it. I'll wear it and then
It's either going to be my favorite thing ever or I'm going to light it on fire and throw it at somebody. It looks great. You look solid.
Thank you. How are you?
Good, man. What's up with you?
Hey, we're out and about tomorrow.
We are. We're somewhere. I forgot.
I mean, if it's news to you, don't feel like you're the Lone Ranger. I think we're at Greystone Country Club in Dixon.
Golf.
Beautiful Dixon, Tennessee. You want to have a putt-off?
Yeah, we will.
We can.
Can you do that? Can you putt?
Yeah, I can putt. I can chip.
Oh, really?
Oh, I can chip.
Uh-oh.
I've not been told that, but I could chip. I'm sure I could chip. I've chipped.
You can? Yeah, you probably
chip.
can.
Oh, I can chip. Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing that. You're fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Just, you know what? Let's go.
Whatever. It's just my shoulder.
Long drive. It's all good.
Long drive. Let's go.
Sometimes you got to power through the pain, baby.
You've seen my drives. There's zero chance I could drive it any shorter.
Maybe you got one of those. What was that movie with the little kid who got the thing?
Oh,
in his
with
arm?
the
yeah. Maybe you got that.
Maybe I did.
Have you played golf since your surgery?
Maybe I did.
You can't play golf till
late October, early November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At the earliest.
So
I'm 3 months. Yesterday was 3 months since the surgery. So
3 months since the surgery.
Yeah. So they said it'd be at least
Abigail
16
the
weeks.
Destroyer or whatever, the torture.
She was coming in tomorrow, but not anymore because we're out and about tomorrow.
Out and about. We're great. We're fighting.
Greystone.
Stuff.
We are.
We're fighting.
Putting up the good fight. We'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, Dev, come out and see us. We're going to be there all day. So that'll be good.
Dixon, Greystone, Country Club, be there.
Be there or be square. What are you talking about today?
You know, we're going to follow up. TSU needs to learn something from what's going on with them, and that is when you find yourself in a hole, it is perhaps best to stop digging. And so their reaction, these kids come on campus a couple of days ago.
Yeah, saw that.
Right. And they booted them off campus. You don't have an authority to be here. Permission, they said. And you don't really have to have permission to be on campus. You have to have permission to do a demonstration or a protest. So, okay, fine, whatever. If you want to lean on, well, that was a demonstration. Okay, that's fine. But they're now saying that these two kids sitting at a table, that they were inciting a riot on the campus of TSU.
So them sitting there with an opportunity to have nice, cordial dialogue, and I saw a few of the people that were having normal dialogue with them.
Right.
The rioters / protesters, they were incited by two kids wanting to have a conversation.
Right. That's what
they had signs that hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. Signs
you gotta hate.
Words are violence.
Well, and the that's what we're told. And so the interesting thing, I was trying to look this up because I don't want to misquote it. They came out with a follow-up because at first they said, all of our students acted properly and peacefully, and then the videos came out with them screaming and yelling and flipping the bird and throwing things at these kids. And so they pulled that back, but now they're saying that this was a hostile group and that it was an attempt to draw attention to their views by creating visibility. And then they went on to say that we will not tolerate attempts to undermine the safety of our community.
Well, the community went out and chased those kids.
Right.
They didn't chase the community. And they're allowed to have views. That's the beauty of our country.
And TSU currently is a university that only exists at the pleasure of the state because the state keeps having to give them millions and millions of dollars to stay afloat. So I don't know that this is I'm just going to try to help them out. I don't think this is the best way to react to this.
No, maybe you should just go, look, it was a mistake. Next time they should ask us to come on.
Yeah, they need to ask.
That way we get a little bit more security because we don't want to get out of control. You guys have a wonderful day. There you go.
You should be their spokesperson.
I should be. Matt straight ahead. Wait, we're going to be out golfing or something
We're
tomorrow.
out. Dixon.